We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious i-kee10's Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Dallas Cowboys. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Mike, 49. Here we go, D.
Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. This is Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on 2nd and 13, Prescott, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Tight down. There you go.
Now here's Mahomes. Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes on the move to his left. Looking deep for who? He's got it at the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Mahomes going to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Rolling to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Elliott running right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go. Here we go, 47. 49. 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's caught. It's Malone. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing now is Mahomes. And they're going to sack him again, the 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
49 the mic, watch 49.
Focus, defense, focus.
36, 36. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Line in. 26. 26.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Block 59. Let's go, T. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Matt Milano in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take this inside the 40. A special teams mistake. There, no doubt, just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
6-man.
Here's Bernard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now, Bernard. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Yellow.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mike, check, 59.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 2nd down, Bernard. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now they try the right side here. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the kick by Rosas is good. And 2 field goals now mean they take a rare 6-2 lead. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Now Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 49. 49 to Mike. 49 to... We're going to 53. You don't want none. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Let's take it at around the 40. A great return there of 22. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, look, 3. I want 3. 43.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Now a toss play to Bernard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Kill, kill, kill. 47. 26. 26.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go, 47. Mike, 49. Mike, kill, kill. Kill, kill. 26.
Now on 2nd and 13, Prescott, and finding the tight end Hooper. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Get out there, get out there. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, check. 26, 26.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. McManus's point after is good, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that
drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
the Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's complete. Bernard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Come on, man.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Mahomes. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 35. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Past the 20. Jones has it. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Bills have taken the lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Bills 16, Cowboys 9.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll run on first down. Bernard, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Here's Mahomes to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Cowboys! It's an 89-yard kick return as his guys are back within a single score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Second and 10. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Back to throw. Complete to Jones. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. He's really starting to get up there towards 1,000. He's now at 997 career catches. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bernard. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's track. Hey, 47. 49. 49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. It's a party now. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
We're going to 54. 49's the Mike. Watch 49. Come on. Come on, D. 49. Oh. Mike, 49.
Throwing, Prescott. And almost intercepted. If he could have picked it, maybe some space to go the other way. Instead, it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
49's the Mike. Watch 49. I'm coming. 49, guys. Mike, 49. I'm here all day.
To the air again, Prescott. Open man there is Malone. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
10th carry now for Allen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, kill. 26.
They go to Elliott again. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, kill. Mike, 49. I'm coming for you, son.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback, no chance on that 4th down.
Yeah, they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Again, here's Bernard. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bills on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
There we go. 488.
March 49. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Here we go. 46.
That's it.
26.
Now Prescott. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's caught. It's Malone. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Prescott now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Hey, kill. 47, 26.
Prescott yet again. Going to throw right side here, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 34.
47.
They'll throw again. Prescott throwing the out route incomplete. That's Malone. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. There we go. Kill. Zoom. Mike's 49. No gain on him.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
You can't block me. Say.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Trying to run for it with Pollard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
We're going to 53. 46. 49.
Running with Elliott. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On play action, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll return it from the 6. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. In fact, if anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Prescott now. And finding the tight end Hooper. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Let's go 47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. We own. Hey, Ridley. We own him. Why? Get wide.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Caught by Jones. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Now Mahomes. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills.